Thinking about moving to one of the best cities in all of South Florida, and that's Fort Lauderdale, but you're not sure on where to live, don't worry about it. I got you. We're gonna go over some of the best neighborhoods in all of Fort Lauderdale that you definitely have to check out. But before we do that, all I ask is that if you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, living, and even playing here in Fort Lauderdale and South Florida in general, that you hit the like and subscribe button so that you're the first to know about everything going on here in South Florida. My name is Joe, and we help people like you every single day move not only to South Florida, but Florida in general. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, please reach out. The info's down in the description below. But now let's jump right into it and talk about the best neighborhoods here in Fort Lauderdale. All right, so this list is in no particular order, but first up we have Rio Vista. And Rio Vista has a population of about 3,500 people. It is a little bit smaller in terms of neighborhoods and communities. However, it is very much so on that luxury side of things. I mean, you're right there on 17th Street in Federal, right near Las Olas, right near the beach, also close to the airport, so like everything's right around you. You have plenty of shopping, dining, activities. A lot of people here do live on the water and they own boats, or if they don't, they have a boat and they can keep it at a marina right there as well. Maybe boating's not your thing though. Maybe you like just the beach. Beach isn't too far away. You could probably make it there in about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on traffic and if you catch the bridge. Other than that though, there's a Publix down the street. There's a Total Wine. You have plenty of 2 or 3 different Starbucks to choose from. Plenty of eating options. I mean, you have Chipotle right there. What else could you ask for? I'm just kidding. On top of that, they do have plenty of excellent seafood restaurants. So everything that you could want in terms of shopping, dining, and pretty much entertainment's is right there. On top of that, Las Olas is just a quick drive away. So if you want a little bit more upscale dining and entertainment, all that is right down the street from you. Plus there's downtown Fort Lauderdale as well if you're more into the nightlife scene. In terms of the community in Rio Vista, the median income for families here is $168,000. And in terms of the real estate side of things, the median sales price is $1 million. And as you can see, it's a lot of more modern type homes. There are a few of the older style, but a lot of them are being bought up and people are tearing them down and building more modern luxury type homes. Not to say that there isn't some homes with some charm, as you can see as we drive throughout it, but there is more of a shift towards that more modern type structure. Next up on the list, we have Sailboat Bend. And as the name sounds, there's a ton of sailboats back here. And you're probably wondering, how in the world are there sailboats all the way out west? And it seems like all the way out west, but it's not really that far west. But it is a little bit further from the intercoastal. And actually the nice thing about living in Sailboat Bend is almost all the bridges do open up. So there's really not a whole lot of fixed bridges. So you can have the sailboats, you can have a little bit bigger of a boat. It is about a 25 to 30 minute ride to the intercoastal and you go along the New River, but it is pretty scenic. It's pretty easy. It's actually not too bad, especially for the prices you're gonna pay living in Sailboat Bend compared to living a little bit further east or even closer to that of Federal and the intercoastal. In terms of the neighborhood and things to do, you're still right there near downtown Fort Lauderdale. You're also right near Las Olas as well, with plenty of other shopping and dining options as well. I mean, almost every single one of these communities, there's gonna be 2 or 3 Publixes right there. So there's plenty of options. You have quick access to 95 as well. If you need to get on there, head north or south. You could also head out west pretty quickly. On top of that, a lot of the homes in Sailboat Bend are a little bit older compared to that of Rio Vista. There is some developers coming in and modernizing it, but nothing like that of Rio Vista yet. However, you can still get a pretty good deal on some of these homes here in Sailboat Bend compared to that of Rio Vista. So right now, the median income in Sailboat Bend is $72,000, and the median sales price in terms of the real estate is $431,000. So as you can see already, you can get a little bit better of a deal here. It might be something that needs a little bit of work. There are some move-in homes available, but for the most part, you're gonna wanna put your own touches on things. And that's not a bad thing whatsoever, especially if you're gonna be able to get a deal on it as well. Next up, we have Victoria Park, which is one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in all of Fort Lauderdale. So they have a population of about 7,500 people, and they have ranges of homes from everything. So they have homes on the water or with the view of the water, more contemporary, more modern, townhomes, condos, a little bit of everything here in Victoria Park, and you can kind of see that as we drive throughout it. It's pretty much located right off of Sunrise Boulevard, and as it sounds, there is a park in Victoria Park, but it's called Holiday Park, and within it there's a bunch of baseball fields, different parks. There's a dog park in there as well. So there's a lot of different things to do with your family. On top of that, there's a ton of people always out either walking, biking, or using the neighborhood as a pass-through to get to Sunrise instead of going down Federal. But other than that though, the Florida Panthers are actually building a new practice facility here at the Fort Lauderdale War Memorial. It's called the Baptist Health Iceplex, and there's going to be 2 regulation NHL ice rinks, a dedicated community for the rink for the public, ballroom and performance venues, as well as a community recreation and different programs that will be there as well. And there's going to be an indoor and outdoor dining, which will be really cool once everything is completed. In terms of the median income of people who live here in Victoria Park, it is $79,000, but the real estate is really what we're focused on. So the median sales price here in Victoria Park is $546,000. And as you can see, I mean, there's a wide range of homes. Obviously, we get into the millions on some, and then on the other side, I mean, there's a little bit more affordable options as well. So it really does open up pretty much to everything. Very similar to that of Rio Vista, a lot of people here are boaters as well. Not as many people keeping the boat in their backyard, but there are plenty of marinas right nearby. Plus, you're not too far from the beach. You're maybe a 10, 15-minute drive. And then you have the Galleria right down the street. Plenty of dining options as well as shopping. So one of the best places I like to go right here is Padrino's right there in the corner of Sunrise and Federal. Excellent Cuban food. Other than that, I mean, you really have the pick of your litter. There's Chicken Kitchen right nearby. You have to go to Chicken Kitchen. Arguably one of the best fast food places in all of South Florida. Unbiased, of course. Next up, we have Coral Ridge. And Coral Ridge is pretty much split into 2 different parts. You have Coral Ridge, and then you have the Coral Ridge Country Club side of it. So Coral Ridge pretty much goes from Sunrise to commercial, everything east of Federal. So very similar to these other communities, you do have the beach right there. And you do have part of the neighborhood on the water as well. So obviously when you're on the water, you pay a little bit more compared to the other homes, but they do have a nice mix of large homes on the water, even just more modest homes that are not on the water, and you have a nice mix of price points as well. So you have everything from these gargantuan type mansions and super modern contemporary homes, all the way to normal like 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, or a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom type homes as well. They're a little bit more affordable. On top of that, with the shopping options, you're literally across the street from the Galleria Mall, so you can go there. You have a Target right nearby, Publix, like I said, PDQ. I mean, everything's right there. Beach is about 5 to 10 minutes away. And then if you don't live on the side where you are on the water, there are plenty of marinas right nearby to keep your boat as well. In terms of the median income here in Coral Ridge, the median income is $99,000. And then in terms of the real estate, the median real estate price is $541,000. But like I said before, you do have some of these homes on the water where you're probably going to pay anywhere from about $1.5 million up. Not to say you couldn't find a deal, but on average, that's what we're looking at. But they do have a nice mix of everything, as you can see, including one house in Coral Ridge. It's actually the entire cul-de-sac. And last but not least, we have the Coley Hammock neighborhood, which is probably one of the most clutch locations of all these neighborhoods. So Coley Hammock is literally right there, encompassing Las Olas Boulevard, and pretty much like right in the heart of everything. So you can literally walk to not only like there's a little park back there called Coley Hammock Park, but you can pretty much walk all up and down Las Olas and even walk to the beach if you're really feeling up for it. But for the most part, a lot of people here do own golf carts, make it a little bit easier. You can whip in and out, get down to the beach. You don't have to worry about parking as much, especially if you have like a big truck or like a big SUV. Makes it a little bit easier. But literally the world's your oyster here. Everything is right there. Most of these homes are not on the water though. So if you do have a boat, you're gonna have to keep it at a marina or even a friend's house. But the quick access to everything on Las Olas and the quick access to the beach, it might be worth the trade-off. In terms of the median income here in Coley Hammock, the median income is $147,000. And in terms of the real estate, which is what we're really focused on, the median sales price here in Coley Hammock is $552,000, but they do get a little bit more expensive as you get closer to not only both Las Olas, but also the beach as well. So those are the 5 neighborhoods that we feel that you should definitely check out if you're thinking about moving here to Fort Lauderdale. But let us know in the comments down below, did we miss any neighborhoods that you think we should have hit on? And if you're looking to move to not only Fort Lauderdale, but South Florida in general, we'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can call, email, text us, DM us, whatever is easiest for you, we got you.